Hello, I am back, and today I'm going to be talking about an option if you are looking to make your art into merchandise, or if you just want to have some keychains or something made for your favorite show. This is a great option for you. So I'm going to be talking about Wooacry, which I made a video for them a while back, so this video is not sponsored or anything like that, which, to be fair, anytime I do a sponsored video, I don't get paid enough to lie about my opinion, so if I say I like a product, I like a product, but this video is not sponsored at all, so this is just, I liked their product so much that I wanted to make a video about it. Because I see other companies that do similar things, but I feel like I don't hear about Wooacry as much. Maybe I'm just on the wrong side of the internet. I don't know. But I really liked my experience working with them, and I would definitely work again with them in the future. Also, while I'm talking, if I don't have anything to show, I will be drawing Johan. I unfortunately do not have the first half of the drawing recorded because I recorded it vertically and did not realize, because I'm so used to recording vertically for reels, and it was tragic when I realized I did not record them horizontally, YouTube style. So just gonna jump straight into that halfway through the drawing. That's okay. He has nothing to do with Wooacry or keychains, but honestly, if I had another keychain made, I would not mind getting this made into a keychain. I think it'd be kind of a fun keychain to have. Although, do I want Johan on a backpack? I don't know. That's questionable. He is fun to draw though, that's for sure. So right off the bat, I want to start by saying I feel that Wooacry is really great for small businesses or just small artists looking to only get a small amount of product, or if you just want to try a lot of different options for a smaller budget. Some other companies that I've looked at, you have to have a minimum order for all of the different types of products. Wooacry didn't have that for any of the products that I ordered. They might have it for like stickers or something like that, but for the keychains or the buttons or the bags, everything that I ordered, I only had to order one of, which was really nice. They did have discounts if you ordered more than one, so there is an incentive to order more than one. So I did end up ordering multiples of some of the different keychains that I got, but that was just to get the discount. And they're not super expensive to begin with. I feel like they're priced on level with all of the other websites, and then with the discount it was pretty reasonable. But yeah, so that being said, I think it's great for a small business or just an individual seller like myself to just be able to order a few different types of products and just see what they look like without having to commit to 50 of something or 30 of something. You can just spend a couple of dollars instead of like $30 to bulk order something, which was really great. So basically, to start off with, I don't do digital art too often, but I did have a little bit of a backlog to pull from when I was ordering some stuff from them. Then a couple of things I did draw specifically to get made into products for them. Like I drew a little Momo design that I wanted to make into a standee and to make into a keychain. And then I made a couple of other little doodle simpler designs that are quite different from what I normally draw, just because I thought they would look good as like little keychains or buttons or that type of thing. So that being said, before you go and draw a bunch of stuff, I think that it's definitely a good idea to look at the product options that they have, because it might give you ideas for different types of products that they have, because they do have a lot of different types of keychains and standees and different customizable options that you can do. And I do wish that I had had more time to experiment, because they do have some really fun things that I would have loved to try making into a keychain, but I just didn't have the designs and I didn't have the time to create designs for that at the time. So in order to order from their website, I just made digital drawings, which you could probably use some traditional medium if you wanted to. I don't really know what it would look like, but I assume it would be similar to getting like a photo printed, which pretty sure you could do. For digital, it worked pretty easily. I just had the design and then I made a PNG with a clear background, and then I would just upload it as the design and it would generate a preview for me. And I was very impressed by how accurate the previews were. I was not expecting keychains or any of the products to look really anything like the previews. I was expecting the previews to just look a lot cleaner than the actual product looked. I thought the colors would probably be changed, but on all of the products that I got, the colors were very accurate to the previews that I had originally seen, and the designs themselves were very accurate. So I wasn't surprised by any of the products that I got because they looked exactly how they looked in the picture. One thing that you do want to keep in mind when making your designs is, since it's printing the design on the acrylic keychain, it can't print white most of the time. So you just want to make sure that there's no pure white on your design, which most of the time drawings don't have pure white on them anyhow, but if you have like eyes or a background or, I don't know, a shine, highlights or something like that that is pure white, just go in and make it slightly darker, make it slightly gray, slightly blue, something that'll show up when you go to print it so there's not like a clear hole on your design. But I just used Photoshop for everything. I saved it as a PNG and uploaded the PNG. and that worked fine for me. Also, when you're generating the previews, it will generate the price as well. So if you make adjustments to the size, or if you add things on it, different finishes, whatever, the price will change while you add it, so you can pretty easily see what it's going to cost. You can also make adjustments to where you want the hole to be, which was pretty convenient. I, again, looked at some other websites, and it was just not super easy to adjust where the hole was. You'd have to go into like the Photoshop file and adjust things, whereas on Wooacry you can do it right on the website, which I just thought was very convenient and saved me a lot of time and energy. So I really liked how user-friendly and just beginner-friendly the website was. I felt like going in with no experience, it was totally fine, and I didn't have any trouble figuring out how to use the website or really knowing what to expect once my designs were in. Also, since I took another look at their website for making this video, I didn't realize they had an anti-AI policy, which is really great. It says they reject AI-generated text and images, so I didn't know that, because a lot of art companies that I've seen kind of just let it be, so the fact that they actually have a stance that they say they won't make things that are AI-generated is really great. And in the same vein, because it's copyright protected, they're not going to use your designs to educate an AI the way Instagram does, where anything you upload goes to their AI slot feed thing and just educates it, I guess, and goes into their AI generator. Wooacry doesn't have anything like that. They say it's copyright protected. The only thing they'll do with your art is print it. I also think the reviews were pretty helpful for Wooacry. There was a couple of things that I was like, I don't know how well this product actually works. In theory it looks cool, but the reviews, a lot of people had photos and a lot of people had descriptions, so it was really easy to just tell that people had actually ordered that item and actually really liked it, because it has their own artwork on it and actual photos. So I will take you through just the process if you were to make a keychain. So basically you just go to their website, you go to products, click on acrylic keychain, and then you can see they have a lot of different options for keychains. And one thing that I do like about Wooacry as opposed to another company that I had ordered stuff with is they have the finishes on the back, which maybe some people wouldn't prefer that, but I ordered from another company. I got a standee made with a holographic finish, and they put it on the front, so it makes the design really hard to see. It makes it very foggy, whereas Wooacry, I was kind of nervous that the same thing would happen, but they print it on the back. So like for instance, I ordered a Momo keychain, and it has, I think it might be the broken glass texture, I can't remember, but they have it on the back, so the front is perfectly clear. You can see the design very well, but it's the back that has the ripple texture, and you can still see it fine. It's just that it doesn't impede the front of the design, and you can still see the ripple texture in the background and around the sides. So once you pick out the keychain you want, you click on the product. You can look at the different sizes, so you can see also if you're gonna get a discount if you order a certain amount, and then you can pick your size, and then it'll update the cost at the top once you load the page. So you pick your size. For the printing, you can decide if you want double side same design, double side different designs, and I believe that I said double side same design, so they just print the mirror image if I remember correctly. Then you pick the type of keychain that you want and the color. So then once you've clicked all of that, you can go back to the top and it'll update the price with all of the different things, because the keychain, like the tops of the keychains, do cost different amounts. So then you can just go down and you upload your file. So this is where you're able to see the preview and adjust where you want the hole. And then when you're done, you save it, and you can choose to either put it in your cart or just save it as a product. And that leads me to another thing I really liked about the Wooacry website. You can save anything that you make or put files in as a product, whereas other websites, you had to start over from scratch. You could only put it in your shopping cart. You couldn't really make changes very easily. Whereas with Wooacry, if you have a keychain and you have like certain settings that you want to keep as a template, you can put it in as a product, and then you can keep clicking on that product and making adjustments, or you can use that product and buy it later down the line. It was just really nice to be able to make a bunch of different things and then not have to order everything but still have it saved. So that was one thing I did like about Wooacry. If you have an account, you can just make products that you don't have to buy at that moment. So then once you order it, I think it took, on the website it says they take about 15 days to get it made and shipped to you. I'm not sure if that includes the manufacturing time or just the shipping. I can't remember. But for me, it definitely took less than a month. I don't remember it being a crazy amount of time that it took to make. Plus, I had a lot of different products, so I kind of expected it to take a long period of time, but I didn't feel that it took an excessive amount of time. So then when the package actually arrived, I was very happy with the way that everything was wrapped up. A lot of the little buttons and things came in little baggies already, so it was already ready for sale if I did want to sell something. And then the acrylic keychains and some of the other things came wrapped in like bubble wrap envelopes, so they were very protected, very padded. And then they also had like sticky peel away protector on both sides, which you would think that that would be standard, the sticky protector, but I've ordered from other websites and they didn't have it on both sides, sides and they looked dirty or smudged, and they just didn't have the protector on both sides, and so they were already scratched, and I wasn't very happy about it. But Wooacry did not have any of that. Everything was packaged very well. Posters came in perfect condition in the poster tube. I had a bag that I had ordered, and that came wrapped in a nice bag. So I was just very happy and very impressed with how well everything was packaged and wrapped up. So some of the keychains you do have to put together yourself. Partially, this is I think because they have extra pieces in case you have to replace anything or make any adjustments, which was nice that I didn't have to worry about messing up any of the little rings because there was just extras. But I think one of the main reasons that they do this is probably to keep some of the smaller charms from getting scratched, because for instance, I got one long keychain made that was a series of Saja Boy charms, and if they had sent it put together, it probably would have scratched itself. So by sending it in pieces and letting me manufacture it myself, it probably protected it from getting scratched. So I wasn't upset at all that some of them did not come fully put together. That wasn't an issue. I just had a pair of pliers on hand and it was totally fine. Most of the keychains did come put together in advance though. So one of the things that I ordered at the last second was this little squishy button, and I was actually very happy with how it turned out. It was kind of one of those things that I was like, surely this can't be as good as it looks in the picture, and it actually was. I just think it's so cute. Now there was a design on Wooacry. I wouldn't sell this one because there was a design on Wooacry that was like a similar style, and I just thought it was so cute that I was like, I would like that button, but it was the example in the product, so I just drew a skip and loafer picture kind of inspired by it. So this design was inspired by one of the buttons on Wooacry, and as you can see, the colors look really great. Hopefully they show up on camera as well as they do in person, but they all look very accurate to how they looked on my computer, which I was so happy about because I was a little nervous about things being too dark or just not working well. Plus some of the files said that I had used file sizes that were slightly too small or just not quite the perfect size, so it was like, we'll adjust it for you, and I was like, okay, because I didn't want to go in and mess with the file, so I just let it do it automatically, and I didn't have anything that looked blurry or just didn't look right. One of the ones I was most nervous with was the Mystery Saja stuff because it's quite dark, and whenever I printed it on my home printer, it just looks really dark, so I had to lighten it multiple times in order to be able to see it at all, and I still feel like it looks dark on my home printer. But as you can see here, I think it looks fine. One thing I was very excited about was to get the lenticular print of Mystery Saja. Since I did the blue and non-blue version of him, I wanted to be able to have the lenticular print that will switch back and forth between the two designs. This is one of the few products that I wouldn't mind comparing just to see what it looks like on other websites, because it looks a little blurry, but I think that's just how lenticular prints look. I don't know if I'm saying that right, by the way, so if I'm saying it wrong, sorry, I did not Google it. But yeah, so it still looks good. I wouldn't mind comparing it just to see other companies to see how theirs look. This was actually one of the more expensive things that I got because I got the larger size so that you'd actually be able to see it, because I figured if I got it any smaller than this, it would just be really hard to see. Which I forgot, I did get a little teeny keychain version, so that one's pretty blurry, but I expected it because it's only like an inch tall or something like that, and you know, just with the type of printing that you have to do for this, I was expecting that one to be blurry. So here you can see some of the different finishes that I used, and you can see the different types of keychains. I was very excited to do the tassel one. I specifically drew some black butler just so that I'd be able to put the tassels on because I love tassels. I used to have an obsession with tassels when I was in middle school. I had this one tassel, like a curtain tassel, and I just carried it around with me because I was a weirdo. I still like tassels. I'm not at that level of obsession anymore, but I still like tassels. So I was excited when they had the tassel ones. I was like, ooh. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I can think that I wanted to say about them specifically. I didn't have any negative things happen with them, so yeah, it was a good experience overall. And if you have any questions about their website, about the quality, any kind of questions like that, let me know in the comments and I'll answer as many as I can. So here's the finished Johan drawing. To be honest, I feel like this is Johan if he were a manhwa protagonist. I also was planning to do it in color, and then I just decided to make it blue instead. So yeah, thanks for watching and good luck making your own merch. See you next time. Bye.